Alright, we got a 2015 Chevy Tahoe. This is a PPV, the retired police SUV. This one has been replaced before. Looks like the transmission may have been replaced or just a converter. Tough to say. But I know for sure the converter's been replaced. I don't know if the whole unit's been done or not. This thing was shuddering terribly. The converter was just, the guy thought the rear end was locking up. It was shuddering so bad. But we confirmed it was definitely the converter making that noise. So let's dive into it. Don't know what brand converter this is, but it's all painted up. Got some nice spray paint on there. I probably should have taken that tail shaft housing off first. And this is a 6L80. Uh-oh. Pull the tail shaft off first, that'll make it easier. Much better. Let's go pull these out. All right. Now back to the pan. Let's see what it looks like in here. Not as bad as some, but definitely got something going on. I know you've been there with me. We've seen some pretty nasty ones, but this has got a little something on there. I mean, it's not perfectly clean, but we got some metal there. A little bit of deposits over here. So it's a little something going on. It's about that time. Someone probably just stuck a converter in this thing. And that's the problem with just replacing the converter, is you don't fix the root cause of the problem. A lot of times is the pressure regulator wears out and will kill the next converter, or it could have been a badly made converter. I can't say. Not all converter remans are good. Well, I take that back. Someone has been in this unit. The little lock is missing for the range sensor. Usually a little gray lock here. It's gone. So someone's had this valve body off. Let's explore. up. Everything is there. Nothing. Those are bolts are tight, good and tight. Right. Looking for any signs of modification. Sometimes there's a kit they put in. I don't see anything change there. It's factory valving, so nothing's changing the valve body that I can see. Maybe they pull the valve body off, set it aside, and replace the pump. I don't know. Don't know what could have happened. I just know that it's on the bench now, and we're just trying to figure it out. Let's see what the pump looks like. There he's there. Yeah, those all felt tight, so a little bit of scarring, nothing major. Let's get this pressure regulator valve. Oh, I see it. I see a little bit down there. It's that peekaboo. Come on, come on. Doesn't want to come out. There it goes. This looks a little worn to me. See the bottom right there? A little sus, as the kids would say. There it is. So yeah, just sticking a converter in these things. This is, no one changed anything in here. I can see this valve is original and worn out. Whoa, butterfingers. As you can see, it's got a little wear at the top here, a lot of wear at the bottom down. And as we've said in the past, as I've gone over again and again, any kind of wear in the pressure regulator bore is going to cause inconsistent line pressure and feed to different parts of the transmission, causing issues. That's why it needs to be addressed and not just the transmission put in. Now, let's see if someone, see the drum's black, so these clutches are either burnt or were burnt, and since we're dealing with a unit that may or may not have been into, someone could have, this will prove if someone's been in this thing or not. If this has got newish looking clutches in it, then someone's been in here and just kind of did the bare minimum to fix what was bad in it. Because this drum has definitely seen some trauma. And let's see if the clutches match the trauma that the drum has seen. Because these clutches don't look new to me. They look like the factory clutches. But if these are changed out, then someone's been in here. If they've not been changed out, then we can confirm no one's been in this unit. at least farther than the valve body. Looks to me like someone's changed the clutches out. Lost my little scribe. There you are. Oh yeah, that is proof somebody had their hands in this thing. So that had some trauma to it. It's a little black around there, but these steels and these clutches look really good, don't they? They do not match what the drum looks like. This is burnt. This has been discolored from heat. So these clutches should be black and crispy. So that leads me to believe, so someone whiz wheel this steel here, the pressure plate, probably get some marks off of it from the slipping. So I would say someone opened this thing up. They probably had a ton of metal in the pan, failed converter, which 680s do, and they opened it up, cleaned the pan out, pulled the unit down, tossed in some 4, 5, 6 clutches, and did nothing. Didn't even fix the regulator valve, which is the root cause of the converter failure. Put a cheap converter in it, put it back in. Now, I'm not going to make any kind of claims about scams or rip-offs or whatever, because I don't know, this could have been mutually agreed on. Someone could have said, yeah, just get it fixed up so I can sell it. I don't know. I can't say what went down with this. Maybe it was fixed while it was in service. Maybe a mechanic that worked for the actual department they were at took it apart and fixed it. I don't know, but definitely it has been fixed, and I guess you'd call it a patch. You just kind of go in there and fix exactly what you see bad. Burn up clutches, bad converter, get all the metal out, and that's called a day. Clean the metal out. Where I typically don't do patchwork here. I don't like doing patchwork. I catch some crap about it because people are like, oh, I just can't fix this, you can't just fix that. No. I've found, I mean, as you can see, this thing is back on the bench because someone did a patch job. So it's not the kind of work that I want to do. If we're going to do the work, then I want it to stay out there. And I want them to put a warranty on it. And I know not everybody wants to pay that kind of money, and everybody's situation is different, which I get. So I'm not trying to force anybody to do something that they can't afford or don't want to do. We offer what we offer, and it doesn't work, that's okay. There are plenty of people out there that will do whatever you like. They will toss a set of clutches in, toss a converter, and whatever you want. That's not our shop. The 3.5 reverse compensator's got a pretty good leak to it. It's not a cracked drum. The cracked drum will break around here, so no cracks, but the compensator is leaking. There's a seal on the top of this bearing, and it will flatten out over time. See it. You can see it right there. That's the seal, that green piece. It's a bearing here. This is replaceable, so I can get a new bearing. I'll pop this whole assembly out, and the bearing comes. It's a new bearing with a new seal. You just press it in. so it's not a big deal. You don't need to replace the entire drum. So the drum air check's good, no issues with the drum. Pull this down. Nothing obviously going on with the clutches. Yeah, they look okay. Well, I take that back. I'm seeing some hot spots across the 3.5 reverse clutches here. Hard to see first. They're light, but you can see them. Hot spot all the way around this steel here. There. So these clutches have been slipping. Maybe they weren't noticed when the other person went into it. But yeah, definitely got some slippage going on there. You can see it on the pressure plate too, very faintly. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4 clutches. Not seeing any slipping going on there. So I'll be interested to see what this looks like down at the bottom, because if someone didn't take this all apart, there's probably metal in the bottom of this drum that likes to accumulate. It's relatively clean. There's some traces, all right. But again, I don't know how bad this thing looked when the other person had it apart. Let that drain a little bit, and we'll get our center support out. Get off. Get that out. So I mean, from my point of view, as long as someone's up front and saying, hey, this is all we're gonna do, this is all you want, that's 100% their business. But the only thing I would get kind of twisted out of shape about is if someone claimed they're rebuilding it or remanufacturing something and doing the bare minimum, patching it. That would be kind of blasphemy in my book. If you're not doing the upgrades and the updates and the new parts when you do something, you tell somebody it's something, that's lying. Like, I understand, you know, if you've got a budget you're working in, then allocate that money to certain things, sure. If you're working on a strict budget and trying to help somebody out, then at least do the updates so this thing's not having issues down the road. But to me, just tell them what it's going to take to fix it right and put a warranty on it. Maybe they can't afford it, maybe they don't want to spend the money, and that should be okay. But everybody's like trying to chase a dollar and doing some nefarious things to get money in their pockets. And I don't know, I have enough trouble sleeping at night. I don't need any more stress in my back trying to get to sleep. 3 kids keep me sleepless enough. I don't need any more reasons not to be able to sleep. So here's what's going to cost. Here's the parts I'm going to put in it. Don't like it? That's fine. I'm not willing to not hurt if you don't like my price. And I'm not going to judge anybody for not wanting to spend or can't afford to spend, because everybody's different. And on the flip side, I mean, people get mad at me when my price is more than they want to spend. Like, I'm I'm not trying to rip you off. I'm just telling you what it's going to take to fix this thing. If you don't like the price, that's okay. There's no need to get angry. Just say no thank you. That's all it is. And then go on the search to find someone that accommodates your budget. But people get upset when they're more than they want to spend. I'm not going to say I'm too expensive, because I don't think I'm too expensive. I think we're pretty reasonable for the work we do. But we are definitely more expensive than some, and we're cheaper than others. But it boils down to that person's perception of the price. If they don't think it should cost that much, then it's too expensive. But it's not too expensive, it's just they don't want to spend that money. Which I get. No problem. Shake your hand. Have a nice day. I hope you find somebody. No hard feelings. But this is a significant investment when you're fixing a transmission. You have to be sure you do your research, and don't just shop on price. Auto repair is not a commodity. If you go to Walmart and get a bottle of Heinz ketchup, my kid loves ketchup, so I buy a lot of ketchup. So you go to Walmart and get a bottle of Heinz ketchup. Go to Harris Teeter, get a bottle of Heinz ketchup. You go to Food Lion, get a bottle of Heinz ketchup. You can shop that price. That's the same exact product. 16 ounce, 20 ounce bottle, whatever it is. If you get the same ounce, same bottle, the Heinz ketchup at all these stores, you can shop the price on that bottle of ketchup, because that's the exact same thing. There's no difference in them. Now, if you're trying to compare great value ketchup to Heinz ketchup, the price is going to be different, because one's a different quality. Now, I'm not going to argue about taste or flavor or whatever, because I don't eat ketchup really. But there could be a difference in taste. There could be a difference in flavor, different products, different quality. I don't know where the stuff comes from in the ketchup. But what I'm trying to say is you have to compare the exact same thing to the exact same thing. Auto repair is not a commodity. It's a service. The rebuild in my shop, the repair in my shop, is different than the repair in somebody else's shop. And their repair is different than somebody else's shop. And it can vary day by day. Their warranties are different. The quality of work is different. The parts they're using could be different. I could quote you a starter replacement, and you get my quote, and you're like, wow, that's expensive, Robert. So-and-so down the street can do it for, a few $100s less. Okay. Here's what you don't get into is, what kind of starter are they using? Well, I don't know. What's their warranty? Well, I don't know. They're just replacing the starter. They're not. I quoted you a Motorcraft starter. New Motorcraft starter on your Ford truck. They quoted you a Duralast starter, remanufactured Duralast. That's a different parts quality. My starter comes with whatever the warranty is on it. I mean, I think we have a standard 2-year unlimited mile warranty, and it can go up from there depending on the parts we use. They quoted you 6 months, parts and labor. So how can you compare their price to my price? They're not the same thing. And sometimes I'm cheaper than somebody else, and maybe there's something I'm missing they're doing and I'm not doing. So when someone brings that stuff to me, I try to, not just educate them, but educate myself on what they're looking at, and kind of help them explain the estimates out, because the estimates can be confusing. Some places have these convoluted estimates that's hard to read. And so I think it's all about just, clarification, education, and making sure we're on the same page. I hate that a lot of places have to make auto repair such a convoluted process. It's not that hard. And a lot of them are doing it from a place of making the sale, getting the money. and they're not worried about what happens if. What happens if that repair doesn't go properly? What happens if that thing fails? What's your warranty? How are you going to take care of it? So they may price it cheaper just to get the job sold. And then when you come back for that warranty, there's excuses, there's buts, there's exceptions. And so in our take on it, we're trying to eliminate all those ifs, ands, buts, exceptions, and just say, hey, we got you covered. But to do that, it's going to cost a little more than it would at some place that's going to give you the runaround. I think peace of mind is worth a lot these days. Okay, I'll get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. This is the transmission, not your rant channel. Sorry. So, pump looks decent. Maybe it was changed. I don't know. I don't know what was done to this thing. I think the client bought it at an auction, so God knows what happened to this thing. But we'll get them right. We'll get the converter out of here, billet one going in. We'll get the valve body updates done, the pump updates, get everything cleaned up here, replace this if we need to, do all the upgrade parts and new parts, and then get them back on the road. So yeah, thanks for watching.